Maya walked through the hallway of Lincoln High School with her eyes fixed on the floor. She held her books tight against her chest like a shield. The hallway was loud and crowded, but Maya felt invisible. She was okay with that. Being invisible was safer. It was a Monday morning in September when school started again. The hallway was full of students laughing, talking, and greeting their friends after summer break. Maya moved through the crowd quietly, careful not to bump into anyone. She knew where she was going. She had planned her route the night before, from the front door to her locker, then to her first class. She would avoid the places where big groups of students gathered. Maya had moved to this town just 2 years ago with her parents. Her father worked at a local factory and her mother cleaned houses in the neighborhood. They were a hardworking family, but they did not have much money. Maya understood this early. She saw how other students had nice clothes and new phones. Her clothes came from a discount store downtown. Her phone was old and slow. She never complained about these things to her parents. She knew they were doing their best. In her first year at Lincoln High, Maya tried to make friends. She sat with a group of girls at lunch. She spoke quietly when they asked her questions. But she noticed something. The girls looked at each other and smiled in a way that made her uncomfortable. They asked her personal questions and then seemed to laugh about her answers later. After a few weeks, she stopped sitting with them. She found a table in the corner of the library instead. She was alone there, but it was better than feeling like people were laughing at her. Now in her second year, Maya had settled into a routine. She came to school, went to class, got good grades, and went home. She had lunch in the library. She did not join any clubs or sports teams. She did not go to parties. She lived a small life, but it was a safe life. Maya was smart, very smart. Her teachers knew this. In math class, she always had the right answer when called on. In English class, her essays were the best in the class, but she never raised her hand. She only spoke when a teacher asked her directly. Her voice was so quiet that sometimes teachers had to ask her to repeat herself. It was in her second week back at school when things started to change. Maya did not know it yet, but she had caught the attention of Jessica Martinez. Jessica was one of the most popular girls in school. She was pretty, she was confident, and she was cruel. Jessica had everything that Maya did not have. She had a big group of friends who laughed at everything she said. She had new clothes and expensive shoes. She had a car that her parents bought her for her 16th birthday. Jessica was a senior, and she ruled the school like it was her personal kingdom. On a Tuesday morning, Maya was walking to her locker when she first noticed Jessica watching her. Jessica stood with her two best friends, Amber and Kayla. They were talking and laughing, and their eyes kept moving toward Maya. Maya's stomach felt tight. She knew this feeling. It was the same feeling she had gotten the year before when the girls in the cafeteria started laughing at her behind her back. Over the next few days, Maya began to notice them more. They were always somewhere near her, in the hallway outside her math class, in the cafeteria, walking past the library where she sat alone at lunch. One day, as Maya walked past their group in the hallway, she heard Jessica whisper something to Amber. Then they both laughed. Maya's face turned red. She knew they were laughing at her, even though she did not know what they had said. The whispers became more common. Then came the comments. One day in the hallway, Jessica said loud enough for Maya to hear, "Some people really should not wear certain colors. It just does not work for everyone." Her friends laughed. Maya was wearing a blue sweater that day. She did not wear that sweater again. Another time, Jessica made a comment about Maya's hair. "I wonder how long it takes to do all that," she said while staring at Maya's braids. "Probably like 6 hours." Her friends found this hilarious and started laughing loudly. Maya had braided her hair that morning before school. She had taken a lot of care with it. Now she felt ashamed. The comments started to cut deeper because they were often about things that could not be changed. Things about Maya's appearance, her race, her background. One day, Maya overheard Jessica talking about how poor people's neighborhoods were. She looked directly at Maya when she said it. Kayla giggled. Maya felt her cheeks burn. She had told Jessica once where she lived, during a project in their shared class. She had only told her because Jessica had asked. In late September, something worse happened. Maya was sitting in the library during lunch eating her sandwich and reading a book, when she got a notification on her phone. She had received a friend request from someone named Maya Thompson Real Talk. She did not remember this person, but the profile had her photo on it. She opened the profile and felt sick. It was not actually her account. Someone had created a fake account using her name and photo. On the fake account, there were posts making fun of students in the school. There were mean comments about teachers. But the worst posts were about Maya herself. They said cruel things about the way she looked, about her clothes, about where she came from. In the comments, other students were saying mean things too. They were tagging their friends and laughing. Maya's hands started to shake. She closed her phone quickly. She could not believe this was happening. She had done nothing to these people. She was quiet. She was nice to everyone. She had never said a mean word about Jessica or Amber or Kayla, but they had decided to make her their target. That day, Maya said nothing to her parents. That night, she did not sleep well. She kept thinking about the fake account. She kept imagining all the students at school seeing those posts and laughing. By the next day, more students had seen it. People that Maya did not even know started to look at her strangely. In the hallway between classes, she heard whispers and saw people pointing. Someone had screenshotted the posts and shared them. They were spreading through the school. Maya tried to report the fake account, but not before dozens of students had seen the posts. The account was taken down, but the damage was done. Maya felt like everyone at school was talking about her, judging her. She kept her head down even lower than before. She spoke even quieter. She made herself smaller and smaller each day, trying to disappear completely. By early October, Maya's happiness had almost completely faded away. The whispers continued in the hallways. The mean comments kept coming. Jessica and her friends would pass by Maya and make jokes that she was sure were directed at her. Sometimes other students who had never bothered her before started to be mean, as if they thought it was okay now because Jessica had started it. Maya began to dread going to school. She felt sick in her stomach most mornings. She wanted to stay home, but she did not want to worry her parents. So she went to school each day and tried to survive it. She was a quiet girl living in a loud, cruel world that seemed designed to make her feel small. She did not know it yet, but everything was about to change. October came, and with it came the worst days of Maya's life so far. The bullying did not stop. It only got worse. Jessica and her friends seemed to enjoy what they were doing. They had found their favorite game, and that game was making Maya feel small and worthless. By now, the fake social media account had disappeared, but the damage lived on in the minds of every student who had seen it. Some students still brought it up and laughed about it. Others had created new accounts to continue the mean comments. Maya tried not to look at her phone when these posts came through, but she could not help herself. She would read the cruel words, and each one felt like a punch to her stomach. The bullying followed Maya everywhere. It was not just in the hallway anymore. It was in her classes, in her lunch period, even in places she thought were safe. One day in October, something terrible happened. Maya was sitting in her biology class, and her partner for a lab project was a girl named Tasha. They were doing an experiment with plants, working quietly together. Jessica sat at the next table with Amber as her partner. While the teacher was writing something on the board, Jessica leaned over and said something to Tasha. Maya could not hear what she said, but she saw Tasha look at her and then smile in a mean way. Then Tasha would not talk to Maya for the rest of the period. She just gave one-word answers and rolled her eyes whenever Maya tried to explain something about the experiment. After class, Maya heard Tasha telling another girl what Jessica had said. Jessica had told her that Maya smelled bad and that nobody wanted to be near her. It was not true. Maya showered every day. She was very clean. But hearing this lie hurt more than many true criticisms could have. The cafeteria became the worst place. Maya usually ate in the library, but sometimes she had to buy lunch in the cafeteria. One day in late October, she walked in to buy some food. She was standing in line when she heard her name. She turned around and saw Jessica sitting with her friends at a big table in the middle of the cafeteria. "Oh, there she is," Jessica said loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. "The girl with the fake account." She said this like Maya had been the one who created the account, even though everyone knew it had been Jessica and her friends who did it. A few students turned to look at Maya. Her face became hot and red. She tried to keep walking to the register, but Jessica was not finished. "I wonder how many followers she has on her fake account," Jessica said to her friends. "Probably millions of people are interested in learning more about the weird girl who eats lunch alone in the library." Amber and Kayla laughed loudly. Soon other students who had heard this were laughing too. Maya left the line without buying anything. She went to the bathroom and sat in a stall for the rest of the lunch period. She was so embarrassed that she did not think she could ever go back to the cafeteria again. As the weeks passed, Maya's confidence broke into smaller and smaller pieces. She stopped raising her hand in class even when she knew the answers. She was afraid that if she spoke, people would laugh or judge her. She started wearing the same few colors over and over, trying to avoid Jessica's comments about her clothes. She stopped straightening her hair and braiding it nicely. She would just put it in a messy bun and hope that nobody would say anything about it. Her grades, which had always been excellent, began to slip. She could not concentrate on her homework. At night she would sit at her desk and try to read her textbook, but the words would not stick in her mind. She would think about the mean comments instead. She would imagine what people said about her at school when she was not around. One day in early November, something even worse happened. Maya was walking out of school after her last class. She was walking alone, as always. Jessica, Amber, and Kayla were walking behind her with some other students. Maya did not see them at first, but she heard them calling her name. When she turned around, Jessica walked right up to her and said, "We wanted to talk to you about something." Her voice sounded nicer than usual, which made Maya nervous. "This was a new kind of trap. What is it?" Maya asked quietly. "Well, some of us were wondering," Jessica said while looking at the other students around them. "Why you even bother coming to school? I mean, you do not have any friends. You do not talk to anyone. You are just like a ghost. It must be so lonely to be you." While Jessica was saying this, other students were gathering around them. Some were recording on their phones. Amber and Kayla were laughing. Other students were pointing at Maya. "I feel bad for you," Jessica continued. "I really do. If I were you, I would just not come back. Why would you want to be here where nobody likes you?" Maya felt tears coming to her eyes, but she held them back. She did not want to cry in front of all these people. She stood there silently while Jessica laughed. Then Jessica reached out and pushed Maya's shoulder lightly, not enough to make her fall, but enough to make her stumble backward a little. Everyone saw it. Many people were recording it on their phones. Jessica walked away laughing, and soon all the other students went back to what they were doing. But the video of what happened spread through social media that night. By the next morning, most of the school had seen it. The comments on the video were mean and harsh. Some people took Jessica's side and said mean things about Maya. Some people thought Jessica was being too mean, but very few people said anything to defend Maya. That night, Maya sat in her room and cried. She cried harder than she had ever cried before. She felt hopeless. She felt like the pain would never stop. She thought about not coming back to school. She thought about running away. She even had scary thoughts that she did not want to have. Her parents noticed that something was very wrong. Maya's mother knocked on her door and asked what was happening. Maya told her mother that she was just tired and that everything was okay. But her mother did not believe her. She came into the room and sat on Maya's bed. "Baby, I can see something is hurting you," her mother said. "Please tell me what is happening." Maya wanted to tell her mother everything, but she was ashamed. She was ashamed that she could not stop the bullying. She was ashamed that she had no friends. She was ashamed of so many things. So she just said, "I am fine. I am just tired from school." But she was not fine. She was broken. She was living every day in pain. She went to school and pretended to be okay, but inside she was dying a little bit every single day. The bullying had taken everything from her. It had taken her confidence, her happiness, her hope, and her sense of safety. She did not know how much more she could take. It was the first weekend in November when Maya's older cousin Devin came home from college. Devin was 20 years old and was studying business at a university about 2 hours away from town. Devin usually came home once every month to see family and do laundry. Devin was the kind of person that everyone liked. He was funny, smart, and kind. He had a way of making people feel comfortable when he was around. When Devin arrived at Maya's house on Friday evening, her parents were happy to see him. They made his favorite dinner. But Devin noticed something was different about Maya. She was quiet, even more quiet than usual. She barely ate. She did not laugh at any of Devin's jokes. She seemed sad in a way that was different from normal sadness. After dinner, when Maya was clearing the table, Devin followed her into the kitchen. "Hey, what is going on with you?" Devin asked. "You have been sitting there looking like someone took your puppy away." Nothing, Maya said quickly. I am just tired. Come on, Devin said. He sat on the kitchen counter and looked at Maya seriously. I have known you your whole life. Something is wrong, and I can see that you do not want to tell our parents, so tell me instead. Maya wanted to tell Devin that everything was fine, but something about the way he was looking at her made her want to tell the truth. Maybe it was because he was not her parent. Maybe it was because he was older and had left this town and gone to college. Maybe it was just that he seemed to really care. Whatever the reason, Maya started to cry. For the next hour, Maya told Devin everything. She told him about Jessica and the fake account. She told him about the mean comments and the whispers in the hallway. She told him about being pushed in the schoolyard. She told him about feeling invisible and worthless. She told him about wanting to not come back to school. She even told him about the scary thoughts that she was having at night. Devin listened to all of it without interrupting. When Maya was finished, he put his arm around her and hugged her tight. I am so sorry this is happening to you, Devin said, but I want you to know something. What they are doing is not okay, and the way you are feeling right now is not the way you have to feel forever. But how do I make it stop? Maya asked. I have tried everything. I stay quiet. I do not bother anyone. But they still come after me. I know, Devin said, but I think I know something that might help you. When I was in high school, I was getting bullied too. Maya was surprised. She had never known this about Devin. Devin seemed so confident now. It was hard to imagine him being bullied. Really? She asked. Yeah, Devin said. I was a nerd. I liked comics and video games. I was not cool. Some guys used to push me around and make fun of me. I felt terrible about myself for a long time. But then I found something that changed everything for me. What? Maya asked. Martial arts, Devin said. Specifically kickboxing. I started going to a gym and learning from a coach, and it was not really about fighting. It was about learning how to be strong in my body and in my mind. Devin explained to Maya how training had changed him. He said that when he learned how to throw a punch and how to defend himself, something shifted inside him. He started to believe in himself. He started to stand taller. He started to look people in the eye. And when the bullies realized that Devin was not an easy target anymore, they left him alone. But the most important thing, Devin said, was that I stopped being afraid. I realized that I was stronger than I thought I was. And once I knew that, nobody could make me feel small anymore. Maya thought about this. She was not sure if learning martial arts could help her, but she was willing to try anything at this point. Would you teach me? Maya asked. Better than that, Devin said. I will take you to the gym where I train. My coach is awesome. His name is Coach Marcus, and he works with all kinds of people. He helps people feel strong and confident. I think he can help you. The next morning, Devin took Maya to a gym called Phoenix Rising Boxing. It was a clean, bright gym with heavy bags, speed bags, and rings. There were people of all ages training there. Some were men, some were women. Some were young, some were older. Everyone was focused on their own training. Coach Marcus came over to meet them. He was a tall man with kind eyes and strong muscles. He was probably in his 50s, but he moved like someone much younger. Devin tells me you might be interested in learning some boxing, Coach Marcus said to Maya with a warm smile. Maya nodded. She was nervous, but she felt safe in this gym for some reason. Great, Coach Marcus said. Let me show you around and we can talk about what training would look like for you. Over the next few weeks, Devin brought Maya to the gym 3 times a week. At first, she just did basic exercises. She learned how to stand correctly. She learned how to move her feet. She learned how to make a proper fist. She did not hit anything at first. She just practiced the movements. Coach Marcus never pushed her too hard. He understood that she was new to this. He was patient and encouraging. Every time she did something right, he would say, "Good job. You are doing great. Keep it up." Slowly, Maya began to feel different. Her muscles started to get stronger. Her arms, which had always felt weak and useless, started to feel powerful. She started to sleep better at night. The scary thoughts began to fade away. After a few weeks, Coach Marcus let her start hitting the heavy bag. The first time Maya punched the bag with real force, something changed inside her. The bag moved. She had made something move with her own strength. She had power inside of her. As she continued to train, Maya started to stand taller. She started to look people in the eye. She started to speak a little bit louder. She was still shy, but she was not ashamed anymore. She had found something inside of herself that had been buried under all that pain and fear. One day Devin said to her, "You are different now. Do you feel it?" Maya thought about this, and it was true. She was different. She was still quiet. She was still the same person. But she was not broken anymore. She was becoming strong, and she knew deep in her bones that she was going to be okay. 2 months passed. 2 months of training 3 days a week at Phoenix Rising Boxing. 2 months of Coach Marcus teaching Maya not just how to box, but how to believe in herself. By January, Maya was a different person. Her body had changed. She had lost the softness that came from sitting alone every day. Her arms had real muscle now. Her shoulders were straight and strong. But more than her body, her mind had changed. She no longer flinched when people looked at her. She no longer felt shame about who she was or where she came from. At school, people started to notice the change. It was not a big sudden thing. It was small things, but they added up. Maya walked down the hallway differently now. She did not hug the walls. She did not look at the floor. She looked straight ahead. She made eye contact with people. When people said hello to her, she said hello back in a voice that was quiet but strong. Some of the students who had not been directly involved in the bullying started to talk to her. A girl named Sophia asked to sit with Maya at lunch in the library. Then another girl named Emma started sitting with them too. These girls had always thought the bullying was mean, but they had been afraid to say anything to Jessica. Now they felt safe talking to Maya. In her classes, Maya raised her hand again. She spoke up when she had something to say. Her grades went back to being excellent. Her teachers started to notice her again. One of them, her English teacher, even pulled her aside one day and said, "I can see you are doing better. Whatever you are doing, keep doing it. I am proud of you." But Jessica and her friends did not like this change. They did not like that Maya was becoming confident. They did not like that other students were starting to like her. They did not like that their target was no longer an easy victim. One day in late January, Jessica walked past Maya in the hallway. Maya was standing with Sophia and Emma, talking about a movie they had watched. For the first time, Maya was laughing and smiling. Jessica stopped and stared at her. "What are you smiling about?" Jessica asked in a mean way. "You look stupid when you smile." 3 months ago, this comment would have made Maya want to cry and hide. But today, Maya just looked at Jessica and said calmly, "I am smiling because I am happy. Is that a problem?" Jessica was shocked that Maya had answered back. Amber and Kayla looked at each other nervously. This was not the Maya they knew. This Maya was not afraid. "Whatever," Jessica said, and she walked away. But the incident made her even more angry. A few days later, something important happened. Maya's mother came to her with a computer and sat down next to her on the bed. "I need to show you something," her mother said. "I found this video online." Her mother played the video of Jessica pushing Maya in the schoolyard. It had been posted almost 3 months ago, and her mother had just now discovered it while looking through social media late at night. "This is the bullying you have been going through," her mother said. It was not a question. Maya felt her stomach drop. She had not known that her mother knew about the video. She felt ashamed all over again. But her mother put her arm around her and said, "This is not okay. We are going to the principal about this tomorrow. This has to stop." The next morning, Maya and her parents went to the school. They brought the video and all the other evidence of the bullying. They brought screenshots of the mean posts. They brought the video of Jessica's mean comments. They brought the video of Jessica pushing Maya in the yard. The principal, Mr. Johnson, watched everything very carefully. His face became more and more serious as he watched. When he was done, he said, "This is unacceptable. This is harassment and bullying, and it has to stop immediately. I will be talking to Jessica and the other students involved in this. There will be serious consequences." Over the next few weeks, the school took action. Jessica was given a serious warning. She was told that if the bullying continued, she would be suspended. Amber and Kayla were also warned. The fake social media account was permanently reported and removed. The posts that were spread around school were taken down. Most importantly, the school started an anti-bullying program. Students had to attend assemblies about the dangers of bullying. Teachers started talking about kindness and respect in their classes. But for Maya, something even more important was happening inside of her. She was not looking to the school to save her. She had already saved herself. She had saved herself by learning to believe in her own strength. The school's actions made the bullying stop, but her own transformation had already healed her. In February, for the first time since moving to this school, Maya tried out for something outside of class. There was a debate team at school, and Maya loved to read and think about ideas. One day after training at the boxing gym, she told Coach Marcus that she wanted to join the debate team. "Of course you do," Coach Marcus said with a big smile. "You have already learned how to stand up and fight for yourself. Debate is just fighting with words instead of fists. You are going to be great." Maya joined the debate team. At first she was nervous, but she had trained her body and her mind to be brave. She stood up in front of judges and argued her position. She made eye contact. She spoke clearly and with confidence. By the end of the season, she had won 3 debates as part of her team. Sophia and Emma became her real friends, not just people who sat with her at lunch. They came to her debate competitions. They studied with her in the library. They invited her to movies and to their houses after school. By March, the bullying had completely stopped. Jessica still went to school, but she no longer bothered Maya. In fact, Jessica seemed to avoid Maya now. Other students had started to respect Maya for standing up for herself. Some students even apologized for having laughed at the mean posts online. But the most important change was inside Maya herself. She looked in the mirror and she did not see a victim anymore. She saw a strong girl who had survived something really hard and come out the other side. She saw a girl who had learned that she was braver than she ever knew. She saw a girl who was ready for whatever came next. One day in late March, Devin came home from college again. He had not seen Maya in a few weeks. When he picked her up from school, he did a double take. "Wow," he said. "Look at you. You are walking differently. You are standing taller. You look like you are walking into a room to own it, not to hide." "I feel different," Maya said, and she smiled. It was a real smile, a happy smile. "Thank you for bringing me to the gym. Thank you for believing in me when I did not believe in myself." "You did this," Devin said. "I just showed you where the gym was. You did the work. You are the one who became strong. I'm so proud of you." Maya realized that Devin was right. She had done the work. She had trained. She had believed. She had transformed herself, and nothing and nobody could ever take that away from her. It was the last week of April when everything came to a head. School was winding down toward the end of the year. Exams were coming up and most students were focused on their grades and summer plans. Maya had come a long way since November. She had trained for 5 months at the boxing gym. She was strong. She was confident. She was happy. Most days she barely thought about Jessica and the bullying anymore, but Jessica was still angry. She had watched Maya transform over the past few months, and that transformation made Jessica feel powerless. Jessica had ruled the school for years by making other people feel small. Now one of her victims had become strong, and that victim was taking power away from her. Amber and Kayla had started to pull away from Jessica too. They had gotten in trouble with the school for their role in the bullying. They did not want more problems. They had tried to be nicer to other people, and some students had started to forgive them. But Jessica had not changed. She was still mean. She was still cruel. She was still looking for people to hurt. One afternoon in late April, Maya was walking out of school after her last class. She had stayed late to work on a project for her debate team competition that was coming up. The parking lot was mostly empty because most students had already left. Maya did not notice at first that Jessica, Amber, and Kayla were waiting for her by the side of the building. They were hiding behind the corner, watching her walk past. When Maya was almost at her car, Jessica stepped out in front of her. "Hey," Jessica said. Her voice was not friendly. "We need to talk to you." Maya stopped. She looked at Jessica, then at Amber and Kayla. She was not afraid. She was just tired. She was tired of this. She was tired of Jessica and the drama and the games. "What do you want?" Maya asked. Her voice was calm and steady. "We want to know why you think you are so special now," Jessica said. She was walking closer to Maya. "You are still nobody. You are still a loser. You are still not worth anything." Amber and Kayla stayed a little distance back. They did not look as confident as they used to. They were watching to see what would happen. "I am not going to listen to this," Maya said. She tried to turn away and walk toward her car, but Jessica stepped in front of her, blocking her path. "You are not going anywhere," Jessica said. We have some things to say to you. You think you are better than us now because you have some new friends and you joined the debate team? You are still trash. You are still from a trash neighborhood. Your family is still poor and ugly. These words had power once. They had hurt Maya deeply. But now they fell flat. They did not touch her anymore. You are wrong, Maya said calmly. My family works hard. We are not rich, but we are good people, and I am not going to listen to you say mean things about them or about me anymore. Maya tried to move around Jessica again, but this time Amber stepped forward and grabbed Maya's arm. She grabbed it hard, trying to pull Maya toward her. You are not leaving until Jessica is done talking to you, Amber said. This was the moment. This was the moment where the old Maya would have been scared. The old Maya would have cried. The old Maya would have tried to run away. But the new Maya had been training. The new Maya had learned what she was capable of. Maya looked at Amber's hand on her arm. Then she looked at Amber's face. And she did exactly what Coach Marcus had taught her to do in situations like this. This was not about fighting for the sake of fighting. This was about defending herself. This was about taking back her power. Maya turned her body slightly and pulled her arm in a sharp, quick movement. She used Amber's own grip against her, breaking free with a technique she had practiced hundreds of times. Amber was so surprised that she let go immediately. She stumbled backward, shocked. Jessica saw what happened and her face got angry. She stepped toward Maya with her fists up like she was going to hit her. But Maya moved. She moved the way she had been taught to move. She stepped to the side and her body became a wall of confidence and power. She did not throw a punch. She did not attack. But her stance, her posture, her whole presence told Jessica that if Jessica took one more step forward, things were not going to go the way Jessica expected. Jessica stopped. She looked at Maya's face. She saw something in Maya's eyes that she had never seen before. She saw a girl who was no longer afraid. She saw a girl who had nothing to lose because she had already lost everything and survived it. She saw a girl who had found something Jessica had never had. Real strength. Kayla, who had been standing even further back, started to walk away. Come on, she said to the others.
This is not happening.
I am done with this. Amber, still shocked from being thrown off so easily, also started to back away. Jessica, let it go, she said. Jessica stood there for a moment, staring at Maya. Her face was red. Her fists were clenched. She wanted to do something, to say something, to hurt Maya one more time. But she could feel it was over. She had lost her power over Maya, and without that power she had nothing. You are not worth it, Jessica finally said. But even as she said it, she was backing away. She turned and walked back toward the school with Amber. Kayla was already halfway across the parking lot. Maya stood there in the parking lot, breathing slowly and steadily. Her heart was beating fast, but she was calm. She had just proven something to herself that nobody could ever take away from her. She had proven that she was strong. She was brave. She was worthy. She got in her car and drove home. When she walked into her house, her mother was cooking dinner. How was school? Her mother asked. Maya thought about telling her mother about what had just happened, but she decided against it. It was over now. It did not matter. She had handled it. She was no longer a victim who needed to be rescued. She was a girl who could rescue herself. It was good, Maya said, and she helped her mother cook dinner. Over the next few weeks, something changed at school. Word spread about what had happened in the parking lot. People told different versions of the story. Some people said Maya had beaten up Jessica. Some people said they all fought. But the truth did not really matter. What mattered was that everyone understood now that Maya was not someone to bully. She was someone to respect. Jessica became quiet. She did not bully anyone for the rest of the school year. By senior year, the next year, she had moved to a different school. Some said her parents wanted her to have a fresh start. Whatever the reason, she was gone. Maya finished out her sophomore year strong. She got good grades. She made real friends. She was happy. By the end of the year, she had been picked to join the school's advanced debate team for next year. She had also made a plan to continue training at the boxing gym for as long as she wanted. One day, near the end of the school year, Coach Marcus said something to her during training. You know what the most powerful thing about you is? He asked. What? Maya asked. It is not your fists, Coach Marcus said. It is not your muscles. It is your belief in yourself. You came to me broken and hurt, but inside of you was always strength. You just needed someone to show you where to find it. Now you know, and now nobody can ever make you forget. Maya smiled. She knew Coach Marcus was right. The bullying had tried to destroy her, but instead of destroying her, it had revealed something inside her that had always been there. It had revealed that she was strong, that she was brave, that she was worthy of love and respect, not because of what she looked like or where she came from, but because of who she was. Maya had won something much bigger than any debate competition or boxing match. She had won her life back, and she would never let anyone take it away from her again.